My name's Marge. I'm a hickle-wise clown. Intuitive, psychic, whatever. I didn't know. I mean, I always knew what I was, but I didn't find definitions until I was older. Where I kind of picked some up along the way. Oh yeah, I do that. Oh yeah, I do that. It's nice to see characteristics, positive traits in yourself and other people. And I was just watching a video. The real psychic detective Carol. I was like, oh, I do that. I do that. Oh, I don't do that. She's different, but we're all the same. We're just all different vibrations of the same orchestra. I don't know, it's so easy for me to see, but it's just so hard to go out in the world and see the majority of a population of a planet that does not acknowledge this way of thinking at all. Because if they did, they wouldn't act like the way they did. See, the way I see it is, I believe that we are human, spiritual beings, just having a day at the beach. You know? That's all it is. It's just a day at the beach. That's all that life is. It's just an experience of our spirit so that we can learn lessons. That's all that it is. Life wasn't intended to be born, go to school, start going to school when you're 5 until you're 18, and then start paying to go to school for however long and get married. All that stuff is just stuff that has been made up. An idea of a way of thinking. Here, just do this. It'll just be easier. Just go to work and give us give governments a third of your money, and we'll make up pretend wars and murder people and tell you that it's for justice and peace, and you'll believe it, and we'll just go on our merry way. But the thing of it is, I was laying when I was going to sleep last night. I was wound up. I was so wound up, and I was just trying to wind down because I was exhausted, but my body was wound up. So I was grounding it down, and I started thinking about my library. I've ever been to a very, very, very large library. I think about how my spirit has it incarnated in a story, different story for every one of those books. And for every idea that every person has now and for all of time, there's a reality that exists for that idea. For example, Alf. Or there are different timelines for different outcomes for an occasion. Like Alf. You know? Who's to say there isn't a Melmac someplace out there? We don't know the whole universe. Somebody, the creator, freaking in an unconscious state, or not trying to, just had an idea one day. Just an idea, light bulb moment. I'm gonna create a little alien named Gordon Shumway. He's gonna like cats a little too much, but he's not gonna really hurt him. He's gonna like, well, we won't ever let him get his hand on one. But so maybe Melmac exists, and the creator tapped in to that reality because we just live in an all multi-universe possibility, because even for every person on the planet, the world is different to them based on their frame of reference and what they've guided their desire to learn. You want to learn about good stuff, or you want to be evil and be all rich and you know, my money. Oh, how much money is enough? Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I don't hate money. I just don't like what it does to people. It makes them selfish and gross and greedy and fucking perverted. They want to do terrible things. Anyway, so I think that The way I look at it is there's a like the library, or oh, the different timelines. This is how I see different timelines. So, sitting in the counselor's office, high school. All right, Marge, you're not going to graduate unless you do Saturday school next week. You have like a 1.92, maybe a 2. I don't know, it's freaking low. It's like barely a 0.2.0. You know, you have like 46 tardies and 5th and 6th period and or absences and tardies combined, and those are your 2 only important classes. So, you know, there was a timeline, there was a reality that I wasn't going to graduate. Thank God. That is the time, not the timeline that dropped out. That somebody somewhere gave me a break just so I could graduate, and because it would have made things a lot harder for me. It would have. So that's how I see different timelines. But the outcome of me not graduating still exists someplace. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. This is not the stuff I spend a lot of time thinking on. This is how I see it. Because I have more important things that I need to attend to, so I can't be thinking about all that stuff. Anyway, so, and I also believe in that we're all energy. I mean, it's so funny because it's like you tell anybody, oh, are human beings energy? Yeah. Well, like attracts like, and we're attached to our vibrational frequency, or we have all been introduced to different vibrational frequencies. Freaking evil. Everybody knows what it is. Everybody knows what it is. I don't even like scary movies because I had so much freaking scary shit happen to me when I was a kid. I know what that is. I know what those people are. Why am I going to go hang out with them on a Friday and Saturday night and eat popcorn while I watch people mutilate people? To me, it's just not for me, man. Anyway, because, you know, I think that is a storybook in a library someplace that these common denominators, people that like to do that, resonate with. And then you add alcohol, that takes away your spirit, makes people do things they don't want to do. Like some guy got drunk. He's not an animal. Well, he knows he makes bad decisions when he drinks, and he still drinks. So he may not be an animal, but he drank, you know, that's why I don't drink and drive. That's why I don't drink. I can't drink. I would love to be able to be able to bound around with my homies and have some freaking, but seeing that $10 IP or whatever, you know, I like the mixed drink. I just like the flavors, but I can come up with just tasty treats with non-alcoholic flavors and not have to freaking wake up and wonder if I killed somebody the next day. And people are not like my age that have like drank how I drank all along and continue to do it. They're starting to get the wet brain. You lose your soul, you lose your spirit. It's what happens. It's not intentional. Nobody ever intends for this to happen. It's just what happens. Like, oh, that's what happened. Yep, you didn't care about yourself enough. People do it. I did it. I'm not freaking, dude. I ain't judging about that. But where people have denied evil for too long, and because they ignore it, it's like it got away, it got out of hand. It was like one of those wildfires that just went poof. It just went because nobody was looking, because people saw things and ignored their own and didn't want to get involved. I just don't want to get involved. I don't want any trouble. Well, do you think they wanted to be kidnapped, raped, and freaking hacked up into little pieces too, but you saw a sign in a window that said help? You did nothing because you didn't want to get involved. I am glad to see that stuff changing. That is the stuff changing. People are standing up for what they believe in. People are speaking how they feel. How are you today? My light is bright. I am charged. My energy is full. My heart chakra is fluttering. I am love. Yeah. That's how I speak to a stranger, because nobody's a stranger. We're all the same. We've all experienced the same stuff, the same vibrations of emotions. Terror, joy, fear, lessons to how to keep us from out of harm's way by just not making bad choices. More justice is coming out all over the place. It's that paradigm, that old freaking controlling paradigm is losing its grip because it's got arthritis and it's wet brain and popping too many Viagras. You want to know why the world is so sad? Dude, I heard a story with some stats the other day. I've never really been all sexually active because I am for one and one only. I just don't know who she is yet. But I ain't gonna freaking twist around my energy field with other people that aren't her, because as soon as I find her, I will know. I thought I knew, and we were the same vibration for a little while, but she dipped down, and I dipped down, and then went back up. Mind the dip, folks. See, we're all electricity. If you look at our heartbeat, bloop. After the peak, you have your baseline, it goes lower. And then on, right? It always goes up and then lower and then back, right? People don't mind the dip. That's why when kids crash after a sugar rush, that's why after like going to a concert, you just freaking crash hard. Forever, your body is raised into a elated state, and then it crashes, and people don't mind the crash. So when you add alcohol into it, that dip dips you lower than your baseline. Baseline being, I would never, ever, ever do this. And then you drank under the baseline. I did a lot of shit I never would have done had I not been under the influence of alcohol. So, I think that's it today. Somebody get something out of that. Hope you have a rad day. Peace.